welcome back to my channel. I am Christy and I am so glad you are here. If you're wondering what this little back to the bar thing is here, I cannot figure out how to get that off my screen. But actually, this is a great time for me to talk about. I have a podcast with Kelly where we go back. We rewatch old episodes of Dance Moms. We also have a YouTube channel where you can watch those episodes, and in those episodes, we go back, we recap old episodes, we tell you behind the scenes tea, and there's also pop-ups that come up during the video so you can see what we are talking about. So definitely go check that out. For today's video, I am doing the next segment of a series that you guys are really loving, and that is me reacting to bonus scenes from Dance Moms that didn't make air. A lot of these scenes I have never seen before, so I'm watching them, I'm reacting, and actually this is something that Kelly and I do together in a slightly different way over on our Back to the Bar Patreon channel. So if you go over to our Patreon channel, patreon.com/backtothebar, you can become a member over there free right now. You can check it out. You can see if you love it, and if you do, you can stick around for a bit. So for today's episode, I'm actually on season 2, episode 2, and I am going to check out, I believe there are 4 scenes that were not shown. I have to say, after last week's video, if you missed it, definitely go back and rewatch it. It's linked here. I'm a little worried to watch more of these because these scenes are not my favorite, especially in season 2, because a certain someone, she who likes to wear red plastic rhinestone crap, starts being really mean about my daughter. And it's hard to watch because all Chloe was trying to do was like dance and make her proud. Yeah, she just didn't like her. At least that's my opinion. We're gonna go back, we're gonna rewatch it, and I'm gonna see if there's any like little secrets I can tell you or just how I feel about these.
Thank you for watching and making Dance Moms #1.
Remember, everyone's replaceable.
Except for you guys.
Thank you.
Oh my God, I didn't know that was there. I remember that scene so well. Everyone at the network was so excited because Dance Moms was like the #1 show on the network. We were rating on all of the charts each week and everyone was like, what is this show? And they asked us to do that and I was like, what is going on? Because we didn't realize how many people were watching. And so when they asked us to do that video, they're like, we need you to line up. We need you guys to be excited. It was like one of those moments that we were like, oh, okay, things are different. Because if you think about it, we didn't really know how big the show was because we were still at the same studio. Our kids were going to the same school. They were sleeping in their own homes. You know, we weren't in LA. We weren't on a set. We were with the same people that we had been with for years. So nothing had really changed when the show became super successful. So it was kind of crazy when people would say how much success the show was getting. And that was just one of those moments that I very vividly remember. Oh, that's really nice. That's a nice one. I wish they were all nice like that. We were investigators, private investigators.
I think that we all need to do a little digging and find out why she's a studio hopper and why all of a sudden she's knocking on our door when she's lived down the street from us for years. People have said stuff to you. Not one person has had anything good to say about her. I think her reputation precedes her. She's been at how many different studios? Like, in a couple of years. Kendall's 8 or 9. Great. Yeah.
Okay, I have to say, first of all, everyone acts like we were saying that she left one studio and came to the ALDC. We were calling her a studio hopper because this was actually the 3rd studio. But I don't really think Jill's a studio hopper. I just think that she was figuring out what was best for her kids. But in the Dance Moms world, in the container of the show, we had to be very dramatic about Jill. And we didn't really know her. And we knew that she wanted to come to the studio just to be on the show. Oh, I also have to say, this hairdo that I have going on here is kind of like, oh God, I'm really embarrassed to say this. It's sort of like the Christi version of Jill's poof. I'm just saying it's not a poof, but it's like my equivalent. I always did like this little weird twisty thing in the back because I like my hair half pulled back and like I have 4 hairs. That's why I have extensions. So that was kind of like my way to pretend I had more hair.
Studio to warn people about you. Like, if you were going to a new studio, nobody would call and warn the studio owner.
Like talking to someone and they said, oh, watch out for her. But for somebody to actually call the studio.
I don't remember who called the studio. It was probably a producer secretly out from like the production van being like, I had a daughter who danced at a studio once upon a time ago with Jill and KK. So we're going to make this big scandal and pretend that we're calling to warn you about Jill. She has this 1-900 number voice and she's actually, you know, fine, but we're going to make it scandalous and dramatic.
and say, I hear Jill Vertes is coming to your studio.
Like, what
Like,
does
watch
that
out
do?
for her. I'm like,
What does she do that's so terrible?
I think she just wants her kid to win. She just wants a special part. That's all.
I'm gonna find out.
I think we need to be prepared. I don't know. I think that we need to make a few calls ourselves.
Oh God, this was the setup for the private investigator, which don't get me started on how much I hated that.
Do you know anybody that knows her?
I don't know, but let's get on it, Kelly Drew.
That's Nancy Drew. My whole life I wanted to be Nancy Drew. It's so true. And Clue is my favorite game. Look, there's my Clue back there. Oh, that's why I want to be on The Traitors so badly.
I want to talk to like studio owners.
Or even if we could just find somebody that went to that studio at the time she was there.
When you're filming and your lunch is sitting in front of you, it's really hard not to want to eat. And there was like, don't eat on camera. And I'm like, starving and my soup is getting cold. Can I please take a minute to eat?
What do you do that's so terrible?
Christy, let it go. You keep asking. Just call up somebody and find out, like, what did she do? Blah, blah, blah. That's why they didn't show the scene.
I
Because
know
it's
couldn't have
annoying.
started dance till she was 3, like 2.5 or 3. So that's 6 years. In 6 years, she's been at 3 studios.
Broken studio dreams. Okay, 2 things about this scene. Number 1, I am pretty sure that it was shortly after this scene that they started giving everybody who filmed a lunch scene a budget, because they were like, you can't spend more than, I guess, like $15 each, because Kelly and I would go in there because we don't pay for lunch, production pays for it. So we would go in there and we'd be like, okay, we're gonna have an appetizer, a salad, a soup, and an entree. And so I think they were like, okay guys, we need to put a stop to all of this eating. And then the other thing I was going to say is, it's so funny because right after we finished filming that scene, one of my friends from high school happened to walk in. He was having lunch with like a friend and we were like, oh my God. And he's like, oh my God. So it was nice because I like saw somebody that I hadn't seen in 20 years. And it was right after we filmed this.
Apparently, Kelly's not riding the bus. She said that because Abby said that Paige walked around 32 times. And she had to yell at her 32 times that she's just going to follow.
Paige, you did a nice job this weekend.
I don't think Paige got up 32 times. I think it was 33. By the way, everybody else got up 34. So what's the big deal?
Then on the bus coming home, we told you to sit down 32 times. I counted. That's 31 too many.
So
She said she didn't do that 32 times, Mom. I know she did it.
So does that mean we get to hear Abby's mouth less 32 times?
I think she'll just find someone else to be annoyed with.
Holly, you hit it on the nose. Somebody else to be annoyed with. Oh God, please don't let that laser focus end on me. Please, please, please. The bus driver was probably the one who was like hoping that she wouldn't ride the bus the most.
And I can stone all these costumes.
Listen to Melissa. I have to stone all these costumes. Melissa was so funny because she would get like panicky that she was gonna stone everybody's costume on the bus because she likes things done, which don't we all, but like she would be like, I can't believe these costumes aren't done. And I'm like, girl, meanwhile, we're gonna be like sewing half of them in the room tonight, but you stone them and then we'll just fix them as we go. But God bless her, because she really did get on the bus and start stoning everything, which was very helpful.
I'm not gonna get all Kathy on us and be like, the bus,
You're not gonna start moaning.
Also, I am very sick in this scene. I remember I didn't even have a voice. And so people always said, what happened if you got sick or the girls got sick? We filmed. Like, nothing happened. We showed up. I would have loved to have been laying in my bed that day. Nope, I was sitting on the bus.
That's the opposite.
Nope, they're not gonna let us go anywhere.
What thing does Nia want to get? But I love Holly. Nope. We're on bus jail. We were in dance jail. Now we're on bus jail.
They're not. Yeah, we've been here for an hour, or an hour and a half.
Holly, I think at this point, turned to me and said, we spent all of this time and money just to be aggravated. Holly, season 1 and 2, not what you saw on camera, but like behind the scenes, was hilarious. Now that we're watching season 5 of Dance Moms, which I didn't see season 5 of Dance Moms, I wasn't there. Holly is a force to be reckoned with, but Holly BTS in seasons 1 and 2 is hysterical.
I'm just so pissed. I could have been getting my black shoes. We've been here for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Then of
Yeah.
course we're waiting for Abby.
Tired of it.
But if any of us were late,
That's right. An hour and a half
Sitting
sitting
on
on a bus.
What is
because
her excuse?
we're
Where
gonna-
is she? Do we know? Why is she always late?
So did you guys notice that Holly had her jacket off and then on? So this is obviously cut differently. So they probably cut it to make it seem like we were still complaining, but we opened the scene complaining.
Sleeping.
No account.
amen, sister.
Mackenzie, why don't we just leave without her? Kenzie fan right here.
Out of the mouths of babes.
Also, can you tell that the moms aren't sitting in our regular spots? We are sitting way far towards the front. We never sat that far. I was always like in the toilet because the further back I was, the further I was away from some people up front.
I was talking about the value of her time and taking advantage of it and not being respectful. This is incredibly disrespectful. To ask us all to report at a certain time and she's not here.
We
I-
all know about
you can't
etiquette
win
and we
with
have to
Holly. She's
respect
gonna get
her.
you with
Again,
those
it
words.
goes back to she demands respect, but doesn't offer it.
Because you know what? If you were an hour and a half late, the bus would be gone. Be eating the dust of the bus.
If we were an hour and a half late, the bus would be in Ohio, like pulling up next to a farm animal, being like, Christy's not on the bus. She's walking to Ohio this week. That was a funny scene. I don't remember. I don't know if she showed up. I'm hoping not.
I love it.
Hi there.
I'm
Hi.
shocked
Hi
that they
there.
had somebody else go on a field trip because it was always me and Kelly who had to go on a field trip. But maybe since Kelly and I had gone on that lunch date to talk about Jill, now they were having Jill and Melissa talk about us. You think? Okay, let's see what they say.
What a cute
thank you.
store. Not allowed
Oh,
to wear
Jill's
these
bump
after
is
the
so
fight.
aggressive. Melissa, stay away from all the pants with the prints. Melissa loved a print pant. Step away from the print pants.
I know, I found that out.
I told you that, didn't I? Yes.
You guys reamed me out when I had holes in my jeans.
I had to.
That's
I
okay.
found for you.
Oh, without a handbook, who knew?
Yes, we were not allowed to have holes in our jeans. That was true. And also, we really weren't allowed to wear jeans, definitely not to a competition. She was not happy with jean selection at any time.
What?
People have been saying things to me to watch my back with you. And I'm like, I,
Sake.
I don't feel that way at all. And I just want to, is there something I should wait for?
You're missing.
I would have died if Jill was like, yes, there is something scandalous I need to reveal to you. But you can tell Melissa's just like doing what production told her to say.
She's gonna drop.
I think we have some time.
I appreciate that you've been so open to me, but I wish they could come to me with that as well. Like,
Well, that's
I
okay.
know they're guarding and I don't know why.
How are you feeling about what happened last night?
Melissa's trying to buy my disco ball shirt. Put that down, that's mine. Oh my God. I don't even know what happened last night. What happened? Obviously, we like yelled at her or something.
Do you mean when Christy pulls out the 2-year-old program book? Does she have no other time on her hands?
I had a toddler, Jill, remember? You threw it in my face. And also the program book, I did have those. But also production asked me to bring them. Just like they asked Maddie to bring her crowns.
Has to dig up, Kendall coming in 10th in a competition. Must have been a bad day. But in any case, what does she want me to react? What did she want from me? And I don't understand why for 2 hours we sat there and listened to them argue and bitch and say how much they.
Well, Jill, welcome to the world of dance moms. That's what we do. We sit there for hours and bitch about the same things. Oh, Jill's gonna find out very quickly. That's what it means to be a dance mom.
Dislike
And the
and
private
say
thing,
mean things. I don't understand that. I want to understand more of where they're coming from. So I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I can't sit there. I'm going to tell you right now for hours on end and listen to them bitch about Abby.
Jill, wait, I need season 5 Jill to see season 2 Jill say that because I'm pretty sure season 5 Jill sat there for hours and bitched about everything too. Because that's what our job was. Okay, well, these are stressful, but I hope you liked it. Let me know down below if there's a different video you want me to do in the meanwhile. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Check out Back to the Bar. Thank you for being here. All right, bye guys.